Hey mathematicians, let's do your homework. Okay, so the ones you are required to do is page 25. It's 3 problems that each have a couple parts to them. If you want to do page 26, that is optional. That is worth a homework pass if you have completed all of it and can show me all your work and explain it. If you can't explain how that number appeared on your page, you don't get the credit for doing it, because if you don't know how it got there, then you probably didn't do it yourself. So make sure you're showing me your work and you're ready to explain how you got your answers. All right, on the required page, we have a set of data that we need to start by putting it in order from least to greatest. 2 is the smallest number I see. I see another 2. I see a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, an 8. Oh, actually 2 8s. A 9, a 10, and a 28. Quick check, I should have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 numbers, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. I always check, because if I got that wrong and I started finding all of the answers for A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and my list was wrong, every single one of those answers would be wrong and I'd have to start again. So it's worth taking the time to just quick, did I get everything in the list that I needed? Okay, the mean is definitely the one that's going to take the most work. I personally am going to push that to the end because, hint, on your test on Thursday, a lot of the answer choices are going to be matching. So I'll give you a bunch of numbers and a bunch of vocab words, mean, median, mode, range, all that stuff, and you'll have to match. Okay, this number is the mode, this number is the median, and there's no extras, and there's only one match per number. So I'm gonna use my strategy of if there's one number left, it might have to be the mean, so I'm gonna do the mean last, just in case. Median. That is the middle number when ordered from least to greatest, not the smallest, not the greatest, not the smallest, not the greatest. Working your way in towards the middle. It is going to end up being 7. Okay. Interquartile range I can't find until I know my quartiles, which are the median of this side and the median of that side. So the middle number of the upper quartile is 9. That's my quartile 3. The middle number of the lower quartile is 4. Interquartile range is the range in between these two quartiles. The biggest quartile minus the smallest quartile, 9 minus 4 equals 5. The regular range is the biggest number, the maximum, minus the smallest number, the minimum, 28 minus 2 equals 26. Outliers mean, are there any numbers here where they're pretty significantly different from the next one over? Now specifically we're looking at 2 and 28. Are my minimum and my maximum fairly close to the numbers next to them or really different? 2, very close to 2. They are in fact the same number, so that's not an outlier. 10 is not very close to 28. That's 18 spaces away. So that's going to leave a significant gap in your data before you have, if you did a dot plot, you'd have dots on 10 and then a lot of spaces and you're 28. If you had a stem and leaf plot, you'd have one leaf for 0, 1, 0, and then nothing else and another leaf in the 20s. That's a big space between them. So that means that 28 is your outlier. For the mean, step 1, I want to write this down because I'm not going to solve the mean for every single one of these. Step 1, add all your numbers. So that means 2 plus 4 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10 plus 28. I know it's tempting to use a calculator, but unless I let you use a calculator every single day in class because you have paperwork saying you need a calculator, you're not getting a calculator on the test, you're not getting a calculator on the star, so you should not be practicing with a calculator because they're only making it harder for yourself when you actually have to do it without one. So I should see plenty of scratch work because you can't really do this one in your head. So add them all up. I'm going to pause for a second while I add them. So this is what I'm talking about when I say you can do that in your head. This is my scratch work right here, just for adding them up. I got a sum of 89, which is not my final answer. That's just step 1. Step 2 is count how many numbers are in my data set. Numbers in data set. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, there goes light. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 numbers in my data set. Step 3 is divide your sum of 89 divided by 11. I do not particularly care if you put your remainder in decimal or fraction form. I personally am so tired of doing this problem that I would probably go with a fractional remainder because it's faster. But a decimal remainder with a repeating bar is just fine. 89 divided by 11. 11 goes into 8 0 times. 11 goes into 89, 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, 77, 88, 8 times. Remainder of 1. I personally would just write 8 wholes and 1 out of 11 because I don't want to keep dividing anymore. I'm tired of that problem. That's up to you though. That is all the work it takes to do one of these. You have 3 of these. Now you only have 2 more. So, step 1, before you do anything else, put your data in order from least to greatest. Double count. Make sure that you did not forget a number. You have to do the next 2 on your own, and it is still optional if you're doing page 26. It is worth the homework pass. Otherwise, if you don't feel like doing 26, then turn in 25 and you are all set.